Greetings and blessings. Saludos. This is Queen Lichi with Queen of Forces Healing Ministry. Back at you once again with a video. So tonight's video, because it's late at night, my video this time is on a basic, simple spiritual bath for welcoming in the autumn equinox and cleansing. Again, this is a basic, simple bath. I'm saying that again more for myself than my viewer, because when it comes to spiritual baths or anything, when I start mixing ingredients, I get very excited. I love to mix ingredients, and so to make it what I think is simple can be a challenge for me, because I like to add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and blah, blah, blah. So let's get started. So I have some frankincense, incense burning, frankincense and myrrh, which is probably my most favorite incense and oil. That's one of the ingredients we're going to use. So first of all, when you're doing a spiritual bath, it's important to set your intention. Again, this particular bath is for cleansing and clearing energy, and most spiritual baths are. And we're going to also remove energy and then set the intention to welcome in new and loving, grounding energy for this season. So again, I try to make it as what I would think simple. And so there are many reasons for taking spiritual baths. I take them pretty regularly, and it depends on personal needs, how often people take them. I know sometimes people may recommend, once a month, or when the seasons change, of course. Ritualistic times we celebrate things, but it depends on personal needs. If you're highly sensitive like me, or you're an empath, whatever label you want to put on yourself, sometimes you need more than others to help you out, because as we know right now, there's so many energies floating around. And if you're sensitive, highly sensitive, a spiritual bath is a good reinforcement, a good help. So let's get going here. So let me show you some of the ingredients I have. I'll do the best I can with moving around for the camera. But the first and main ingredient, probably one of the easiest to find, of course, is Epsom salt. So I'll just put it in my measuring cup here. And again, that's one of those things some people use a little bit, some people use a lot, depending on, maybe certain health conditions. If you have high blood pressure, it's recommended that you use less Epsom salt. I use a good bit usually. Of course, this measuring glass here is for liquid, but I put the salt in it because it was clear, you could see it. And this measures, in this container, about a cup and 3/4. Okay, so I might use like 2 dry cups at least when I'm taking a spiritual bath. And we know that Epsom salts, sea salt is another good alternative. I have Himalayan salt. I just don't have it here at the table with me. I'm in my kitchen, so there's lots of stuff in my kitchen for mixing and concocting things. But Himalayan salt, sea salt, just salt in general, is detoxifying, it's cleansing, it draws things out. And with everything going on in the world, once again, and depending on your personal, spiritual, mental, emotional health, salt can really draw and detoxify. Not only physically, of course, it's spiritual bath, so spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all of that stuff. So salt, number one. Then I have some baking soda here. Baking soda is, again, it's a detoxifying agent as well as a cleansing agent. Cleanse negative debris from your aura. It's also good for pH balance. and it makes the bath water really soft and it helps make your skin softer. So baking soda as well. And another ingredient, Florida water. Yes, this is like the staple of spiritual life anyway. So this is Florida water. It can be found in most stores. Walmart carries it. I hear that Target does also, but I've never seen it there. But my recommendation is to buy it from a Botanica, a spiritual shop, or lots of times you can also find it in Hispanic markets. So if you can buy local and help out a local business and a business of color, then do that. So Florida water, again, it's a cleansing agent, it's a protective agent, and I've already put some on, but this is a daily thing. You know, I keep some in a spray bottle, cleanse myself before I do anything, before I even did this video. Um, and even when I buy things, especially objects that I'm going to use for spiritual purposes, I normally take my Florida water, again, put it on my hand, cleanse the object, and set the intention for that object. Sometimes if I don't know the specific intention that I'm going to use it for, I just bless it and set the intention that it's used in the highest and best good for whatever purpose I will use it for later. So Florida water is not like a multi-purpose thing, basic ingredient for spiritual life. And what I can do is go ahead and maybe start putting some. So I have a glass bowl here. So I will put the ingredients in the bowl because this bath will actually be used in my house, if not for myself, one of my children. More than likely for myself since I'm making it right now, because one thing about spiritual baths for me when I'm making them, I like to set the intention for a particular person. So if I'm going to do a bath for one of my children, I'm going to have that child's name in mind. And if there's a specific reason I want that child to take a bath right at that moment or right during that time, then I make sure to mention that while I'm gathering ingredients and doing things. So this bath is probably going to be used for me because I haven't had my intention set on any particular person but myself. So salt. And so this bowl has been cleaned not only with soap and water, but Florida water as well. So as we pour in the salt, we again remember the intention of using our salt for cleansing, clearing, protecting, detoxifying, all of that good stuff. Baking soda, very similar intentions also for cleansing our auric field, softening the water, balancing the pH. Thanks for that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I may try to just speed it up just a little bit. And so some other ingredients I have are oils. And so with a spiritual bath, again, the intention for this video is to make this simple and basic and with things that aren't hard to find, or hopefully not hard to find. So something I like to add, of course, to spiritual baths is oil. And again, my most favorite, frankincense. So this is essential oil of frankincense. And I think this came from Walmart. And I have it here in this bottle. This is franken myrrh from Sudan. Or at least that's what the person that sold it to me told me. This is an oil bottle that you can use as a fragrance. I wear it a lot. But I have another bottle of this. You just take a few drops and drop it in. So I'm going to do that with the essential oil one. So you're going to drop a couple of drops in and go around. And you have to make sure with essential oils, it's just a little bit. Okay, so maybe 3-4 drops. So for this bath, I'm going to leave it at that probably, but also there's clove oil, clove essential oil. Clove essential oil is used for relieving pain. It's been used in childbirth. It's A lot of people mix it with some olive oil for teething. I've used it for babies for teething. It's also good for clarity, of course, along with the frankincense, and this for meditation. And so when you're doing a spiritual bath, it's very important that you're able to get into a meditative state when you're taking your bath. So clove is an excellent one. You can also get the incense to have that vibe. So like I have the frankincense and myrrh incense here, and maybe if I don't have the oil and I still want that particular energy in my ritual, then I could use the incense. But this, I will have both. So the clove. And another one, cinnamon. These are all what I would call woodsy fragrances or incenses, and especially for autumn. This is wonderful for these types of energies this time of year. So grounding, protected, cleansed, harmonious, all of those things we want to have, we want to multiply, and we want to benefit from. Okay, so cinnamon, of course, cinnamon smells sweet. It's good for attraction as well. So when you use cinnamon, you can set the intention to, after things are cleansed, to attract positive things, whether it's prosperity or again more that harmonious, grounded energy. So it's all about setting your intention and magnifying the uses for each particular ingredient. And so all of these can, help develop a healing aura for yourself. And that's what we want, of course. We want healing. So I will go ahead, put a couple of drops of clove. Okay. And cinnamon. But the cinnamon can get very strong. So, so we give thanks for that. Also, just to show you, again, incense, you can get the cinnamon incense if you want to have that vibe. And may not necessarily want to use the oil, because skin sensitivity is also something to keep in mind when putting ingredients in your bath. So none of these oils are necessarily necessary. We're just adding a couple of ideas and oils to bring those particular energies into this. Our main intention is to cleanse, clear, detox, remove any negative accumulation of energies that we do not benefit from. And of course, again, when you're highly sensitive, it's easy to have things kind of just stick on you, unintentionally. Okay, so next, I also have some rainwater. This is some of the rainwater that I collected on a full moon and at the beginning of September. So I collect rainwater and I set my intention over it, as we say, pray over it, charge it. Sometimes I may put crystals in it. All of the water that I've collected lately, I made sure to, like charge in the sun. And so this is a little bit of full moon water that you can add. This will also aid in the intention that we're setting here for cleansing, clearing, protecting, and increasing psychic powers, or enhancing your intuition, if you want to put it that way. So a little bit of that. And I mean just a little bit of that, because this stuff is on fire. I also have ocean water somewhere, and that's a very good also to add. I have ocean water and river water as well that I've collected. But I don't have them here right now. This water right here is just basic plain old spring water that has been charged as well. And so I will add this. I also have here a brass bell, and bells are really good for breaking up energy, allowing energy to flow. Bells are also good to call. For example, if you're saying prayers and you want to invoke the energy of your ancestors, whatever, it's like a telephone, you know, pick up, hey, I'm calling. And so with this, sometimes I get up in the morning, I do a bell around myself. There's many different ways, you know, wake up your energy, cleanse your energy. Um, so just putting it over the bath mixer here. And I'm going counterclockwise because the intention is again to release, detox, remove a bunch of things. That's the main intention of this bath. Cleanse and clear. I also have some crystals here that I will use. So what I'm going to do now is take the bath and I'm going to mix everything up with my hand. Once again, giving thanks for the energy of these natural elements. We're grateful. Set the intention to harmonize ourselves with the flow of this energy of detoxifying, releasing, cleansing, clearing, protection as we welcome in this season. The big one is bubbling. I love that. Thank you. And being an energy healer, you know, you can stop for a moment again and see more and more energy, intention into the bath. For the sake of the video, as time seems to be, it's getting longer than what I had hoped already. But I also have a few crystals here, just small pieces of clear quartz. And clear quartz is one, like just like Florida water, it's like a staple. If you have crystals, clear quartz is like, you gotta have it, okay? And amethyst as well. But right here I have clear quartz, and it's cleansing and clearing, also protective. It amplifies. And so I'm not going to put it inside because I know that salt can erode certain crystals, and I have had experience when I first began learning about crystals. I put my clear quartz in salt, and it wasn't a good idea. So clear quartz also have black obsidian, a small piece of black obsidian, which is also protective, cleansing, clearing, grounding. Tiger's eye, protective as well. And hematite, which is grounding, clearing, and protective also. So for what I'm going to do with those is, so if I'm going to, of course, before I go to this next step, when I actually get ready to use this, I'm going to zap this mixture again, send healing energy to it. And so then I have a white plate. So what I sometimes do is take the white plate and close up the top of the bowl. And if I don't feel safe with my crystals going inside there with the salt, then I can put them on top of the bowl. And then what I do is I add a candle. I have tea lights here. I could add a tea light. Sometimes what I do, well, most of the time this is what I do. I've had this candle burning since yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday. So a white candle is also one of the things that you need that I didn't mention earlier. So I will oftentimes just sit it in the bath itself if I'm not going to cover it. Say if I'm going to make a bath that I know I'm going to use that day, I may get up early in the morning and do my mixture and sit the candle inside it and just let it burn out that day, and periodically come back to the bath mixture and send my intention and prayers to it. But a lot of times I like it to sit for a day or two or whatever. And so then again, I will use the white plate and put one or more tea lights on it. Light my tea light. Set the intention for the energy of healing, love, protection, clarity, harmony, for the energy that each crystal embodies, that energy is magnified and embodied in this bath. And so then I would put the plate on top of the bath mixture and again periodically come back to it throughout the day or days, however long I want to basically charge it again once more. So if every item you have is already prayed over and then you mix them together and you pray over them, the more positive energy you send, the more effective your bath will be. So, and usually at the end, again, I would do the bell, giving thanks. When you actually take the bath, you say your prayers. Meditative music is excellent. Get your bath ready to the temperature that you like. I like hot baths. And then you will take your mixture, pour it in the tub. Again, saying any prayers that you want to say. You can also recite scriptures, poems, affirmations. You know, a lot of people like to do Psalms 23, Psalms 91. The Psalms are full of wonderful ritualistic information. So any type of thing like that you want to do, that's excellent to add to this process during and after. So you take your bath, try to sit in it for at least 20 minutes, at least. And while you're bathing, make sure the water gets all over you and you say your prayers and intentions all over again. And it's good to have white candle in the bath with you, in the bathroom with you as well. It's recommended, or at least I recommend, once you get out of the tub, you air dry or lightly pat dry, and if you can, put on something white to wear at your bed. It's excellent to do this like right before bedtime. Of course, it's going to help you sleep better. Also, we know how baths in general help us, but a spiritual bath is really going to help you. And again, this is excellent too if you're looking for clarity on a certain issue. You can help put that in your intention as well when you're doing the bath. So I hope this was simple. It's longer than I expected it to be, but I think most of the things here won't be too hard to find. And of course, you use what you have, okay? You use what you have or what's easily accessible to you. If you have to stress and go out of your way, that's not going to add to the positive energy you're trying to create, okay? So the easier it is for you to find your ingredients, the more peaceful and easier it is for you to set your intention so that this experience will be very effective for you. And again, you do it when you feel you need it done. But right now, this is what has been happening for my family. And I'm kind of a ritualistic person, so I like to do things around seasons and that kind of thing. But spiritual baths for me are pretty much a staple, and I've been having to do them quite often this year. So we give thanks for this. If you have any questions, you can leave something in the comments. You can email me. I can also prepare baths for a specific person. So like I was mentioning before, I prepare them for my children. I prepare them for other people. If you want a bath that is specifically for your needs, just let me know. Get in contact with me and we can set that up and I can send it to you in the mail. And all you would have to do is put it in your water or whatever we come up with that's tailored for you, because again, it'll be personal, so it'll depend. So that's a simple spiritual bath. Of course, I'll probably make more videos or more later. So you take care of yourself, be good to yourself. And of course, I affirm and declare that the force of healing is with you. Ashe.